Hey, welcome. So today we're going to dive into something really personal, how we come to know our own truths. It's not always this big dramatic moment. A lot of the time, it's more like a slow, quiet unfolding. So let me ask you something right off the bat. How do you really know when something is true for you? Is it something you feel deep in your gut? Is it a logical conclusion you've carefully thought through? Or maybe it's just an idea you've heard over and over again and it's just settled in. Just take a second and think about that. Well, that's exactly what the framework we're exploring today is all about. It's called the Arreqqana Spiritual Path. And what it does is it lays out these 7 different levels of understanding, or as it calls them, threads, that we all move through on our journey with an idea. Let's see how it works. All right, so to get a real feel for this, we're going to do a quick simulation. A couple of questions from the Arreqqana Quiz. Now, there are no right or wrong answers here, not at all. Just pay attention to which option kind of clicks for you, right here, right now. You ready? Okay, first question. Picture this. Something comes along that really challenges one of your core beliefs. What's your gut reaction? Do you kind of pause and try to figure out, okay, where does this new piece fit into the puzzle of my worldview? Or are you more action-oriented, immediately thinking about how you might need to change what you do? Or maybe you just let go of the need to be certain and you decide to just live with the question for a while. Just see which one of those feels the most like you. Okay, great. Let's try one more. Of these next 3 phrases, which one just feels the most like you at this point in your life? Is it, I'm beginning to see how this fits? That awesome feeling when the puzzle pieces are finally clicking together? Or is it more like, I live this every day, where a truth is so deeply a part of you, it's just how you move through the world? Or maybe it's this one. I trust the mystery more than the answer. A deep, profound comfort with not knowing everything. And this is where it all comes together. Each one of those answers you might have chosen corresponds to what the Arreqqana path calls a thread of knowing. And it's so important to see these not as rigid boxes, but as different stages, different levels of depth in how we connect with wisdom. And here they all are, the 7 threads. You can almost see the story unfolding, right? It suggests we start at nakar, just hearing something. Then we move into receiving it, reflecting on it, and then truly feeling it resonate. And the path continues, all the way to embodying it, braiding it with other truths we hold, and finally, just living in the mystery. To really get how this whole path works, let's take a closer look at each one of these threads. We're going to start right at the beginning with nakar. So nakar, or hearing, is that very first touch point. An idea has just shown up, but it's still kind of circling on the outside. It's like hearing a new song for the first time. You know it's there, you might even hum along, but it's not your song yet. The advice here is to be gentle. You can't force it. That first spark of awareness, that's the beginning of everything. Okay, so from just hearing it, we move to sovar, which is receiving, and this is a really conscious shift. You're not just passively aware of the idea anymore, you're actively opening the door and inviting it in. It's all about making space for something new to land, without judging it, without trying to figure it all out immediately. It's just a state of pure, open curiosity. Now, once an idea has been received, we get to sajamar, the realm of reflection. This is where your mind really gets to play. You start holding this new idea up to the mirror of your own life and asking, okay, how does this actually work with what I already know? What does this mean for me? It's a really critical phase of personal translation. The next thread, kilmar, is where things get really interesting. This is a huge shift. The understanding literally moves out of your head and into your body, into your bones. It's that feeling of resonance, the goosebumps, that sudden feeling of warmth when you hear something that is just profoundly true. This is where an intellectual idea becomes an intuitive knowing. Your body gets it before your mind can even explain why. And when a truth resonates that deeply, it naturally flows into lakar, embodying. At this point, wisdom isn't something you have anymore. It's a part of who you are. You don't have to talk about it because you just live it. Your actions, your presence, how you show up in the world, that becomes the teaching. When you live one truth so deeply, it opens you up to the next thread, nishara, or braiding. This is where you develop this amazing capacity to hold multiple truths at once, even truths that seem to contradict each other, and you're okay with that. Your wisdom is no longer a single straight line. It's a rich, complex, woven tapestry. You can see the truth in all sides of an argument. And that brings us to the final thread, Kuya Hamara, living mystery. This is the beautiful art of letting go of the need for all the answers. Certainty gets replaced by a deep, profound trust. You actually become comfortable in the great unknown, seeing it not as some problem you have to solve, but as a sacred friend walking alongside you. This is where wisdom goes beyond mere knowledge. And this is so important to remember. These threads are not personality types that you get stuck in. Not at all. You might be at the embodying thread when it comes to, say, compassion, but you might still be at the hearing stage with something totally new to you. It's a dynamic map of your own personal relationship with different ideas. So, if we zoom out a little bit, you can see how these threads group together into 4 bigger phases. We start by receiving new info, then we move into integrating it. That's where we wrestle with it in our minds and feel it in our bodies. After that, we start embodying it in our actions, and finally, we just arrive at a state of being where we can rest in the mystery of it all. See? It's a whole journey. Which leaves us with this final, powerful question. It's really the heart of the whole journey, isn't it? As you move through your own life, as you keep learning and growing, which one do you find yourself valuing more? The comfort and certainty of a neat answer, or the deep, sacred wisdom that can only be found in the mystery? Something to think about.